Fucking deep. It's been a while since we've been back. We did our last video. Now that it's summertime, we've had a lot of cool stuff going on, though. And we're going to talk, of course, about the matching of the Carlsson offer sheet from the Anaheim Ducks. We're also going to talk about a little question about, are the Edmonton Oilers better? And we're going to get into a really interesting look at what could happen in the whole Larkin situation that I have been getting absolutely slammed for on Twitter, but I actually think could happen. So be watching all the way through here, because I think you're going to hear something that maybe you might not have been thinking about. Let me tell you something. And this is Ron Mont, of course, from R&J Media, who has been basically started all this up, asked me to be part of it. And I said, for sure, no doubt about it. And we've been making some excellent content with each other for quite some time. We also have Lyle Richardson that comes and joins us from time to time as well. Lyle Richardson, Hockey News, Spectre's Hockey.
Man.
Great writer, and always awesome to have him.
So he's a good third guy on the show, man. We love amazing. Having Lyle on. Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Check out all his stuff. All right. So let's get into it. Actually, here, Ron and I haven't really discussed too much about this.
No, we haven't.
Carlsson, no, we haven't. No.
Yeah, no,
doing
because
summer stuff.
Well, it kind of was like, all right, we're going to give you an offer sheet, and then we had to wait almost the full time, right, for the Ducks to give us an answer on what we were going to do. So it was like, well, why? Okay. So you got an offer sheet. Great. Cool. But you had to wait almost the full time for the Anaheim Ducks to respond. And then they matched the offer. And it almost seemed like Danny Briere was going, yeah, I dare you. I double dog dare you to go ahead and match that. Come on. Right? And of course they're matching it. Was there really any doubt about this?
It wasn't to me.
I mean,
it was to some people, it seemed, but I was like right on it right away. I was like, you got to match.
No, yeah. Yeah, you got to match this, because you would be giving away such an astute player, such a major part of what they've been doing there in Anaheim. I mean, that was Verbeek's guy. Right? Come on. You don't just trade that kind of stuff away like that and let that kind of stuff go away. There was no way that he was going to be playing in Philadelphia. I mean, I saw the whole thing, man. They had numbered jerseys for him and everything, right? Like, are you kidding me? He's never going to come to Philadelphia. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen, right? So, of course, we know what it's going to do for Anaheim, right? That's absolutely going to make Anaheim's day and make things a little easier for them, right? Because now they've got Leo Carlsson is now locked in for the next 5 years, whatever, right? And Philadelphia gets to keep all their first round draft picks and everything else like that. But what does that mean for Philadelphia now? Like, you kind of put all your eggs into kind of one basket, and that basket just broke. Well, now what are you going to do? It's like, now what? You know what I mean? Like, so I have a better question. What if Anaheim doesn't match, right? And Philadelphia has to own up to this contract, okay? Does that now mean that you're not going to be able to sign Drysdale or Zegras? You're not going to be able to sign one of them, right? I mean,
how much was it going to leave him?
So they were having really good cap space, but with the Leo Carlsson thing, that was pretty much going to go away. But now they're back to having a bunch of cap space, right?
No, but how much would it have left them had they signed it? I can't
Not
remember.
enough to sign both of them,
Well,
right?
it was
Because
just
the
short though, wasn't it? Like 6 million
huh?
for one. If they signed them for like 7 million, 6 million, they were.
I agree, but I'm telling you right now that the price for Drysdale now just went up, right? Because that other defenseman got a way better deal, got over 7 mil a year, and I heard that the original offer to Drysdale was 4 years, 6 million, or 6.25 million, right?
Right.
Well, now that number is going to probably be closer to 8 now, okay, because of the deals that have been made to some of the defensemen, right? And the same thing with Zegras. Now we've seen all these guys getting all these contracts, all these big contracts with lots of sheets. The price for Zegras just went up now too.
Well, I'm gonna find out if my thinking was correct here, and if not, then we'll see. But I would have thought that they would have talked to both of them before they made this deal.
Well, they are both now up for arbitration, I think.
Right. So go to Arb, yeah, if they have to. Then he's getting over 8 for sure. He's getting 8 probably with these deals. Well, an average maybe.
That's what I'm talking about.
It could be
That's
just
what I'm talking
under.
about.
But what I'm saying
Right.
is, wouldn't you have talked to Drysdale and Zegras before you made this deal? Look, I'm thinking about taking. We're talking this range in order for us to do it. Are you guys okay with our range? Or
I think that's why they went to arbitration, because they're not.
Well,
Because
yeah,
if he would have talked to them, if he would have talked to them and said, "Hey, this is what we're going to do," then why would they go to arbitration then?
well, Noah Cates then. Noah Cates moves on.
So
something
that's
like
what you.
that's going to happen.
Because you're not going to be able to pay all these guys, right?
Yeah,
And there's no
Noah
way.
Cates would probably have to fall off, or you look around and see what you can see. You have Drysdale's a good young defenseman. You can get an older defenseman in a pick or something like that can work out better for you there, depending on what you think is. You're gonna have to do some scrambling for sure, a little bit.
I mean, now they have the cap space now that they didn't get the Carlsson deal, so now they have the space. But
if they really
barely.
like Drysdale and they like him at 8, I guess they just sign him at 8.
But that is
8
not
point.
close to where he should be. I mean, in my opinion,
It's way better than Nemec and Mintyukov. I'll tell you that right now. Those were terrible
I'm with you.
contracts.
I understand that, but that's why the bar has been raised now for Drysdale, because he's better than them.
Exactly. So it's going to be on an average. Like, okay, those guys didn't deserve that contract. So even an arbitrator is going to go, we're not putting 8 million on average on guys that haven't even did anything yet. That's not an average. They got to look at overpayments, underpayments, find an average. I bet you he's somewhere around 8. And if he doesn't like that, then I guess you got to move him. Then you got to find out what his actual market is. If there's somebody out there that wants him for more, we'll sign him for more. And unfortunately, your trading leverage is down now because he's leveraging himself. See, this is a thing that I think should be really talked about. When you're talking about no movement clauses and stuff like that, there is some advantage to it. But most of the deals happen right around these times. And basically, I don't think does Drysdale even have any trade protection? Probably not in this, right? But he does have trade protection because he can say, I want 9 right now. And there might be 2 or 3 teams that would be willing to give him 9 right now, maybe. And those are the only teams you could trade him to. Maybe San Jose, they need good young defensemen there. Maybe San Jose, would be able to take on.
And that would put him back into California.
Yeah. But San Jose is going to look at it and say, we'll give you a second round pick. And they're like, well, we want more than that. And go talk to all the other people that want to pay Drysdale $9 million. How many people have cap space for that right now? Like, you know, you're going to have to look there. So hard to say. You can get another defenseman and pick if somebody else wants to do it. There might be a market. I'd have to look at it. It might be not too bad. So, but I think you got to sign Zegras, right? What do you think Zegras goes for now?
See, I think that has to be the priority
Mm-hmm.
between the two. Like if I had to sacrifice one of those two players, I think I would be okay if I saw Drysdale walk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, except the defense isn't looking too good, but you're gonna have to.
Wasn't really on a great beginning.
And he's an RD, right? He's a right defenseman. So they're pretty valuable.
Well, you know, hey, it just so happens that Danny Briere went out and got like 3 or 4 defensemen in this past draft.
I know, but like Benoit.
One of them is 6'8", and you know.
In the draft, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those guys aren't going to be ready for a long time.
And you got Chernak, you got David Chernak is now waiting in the wings. I mean, hey.
I don't know if he's ready. Not Chernak. Is that how you say his name?
Mm-hmm.
Chernak, really? That's how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Jurasic or whatever, but
Chernak.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's ready or not, but you can give him a shot. But I think they'd get a veteran D-man until he's ready. That's probably what this is all about. You price yourself out. We like that Jurasic kid or Chernak kid or whatever his name is. So we'll get a veteran D until he's ready. That's fine. Trade him somewhere for Juracek.
I mean,
I thought it was Juracek.
Juracek, that's it. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Juracek.
Yeah, but you got rid of Emil Andre, who was your best puck-moving defenseman, right? You got rid of him, right? And so now you're going to try to do a guy that's on a two-way deal.
Juracek,
right? Yeah, Juracek's on the two-way deal.
Chernak, right? I know about Chernak. That's why.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, I thought it was Juracek. But anyways, you get a veteran right D. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, who?
Well, you're trading a young right D. You should be able to find one. I'll work out a trade. Put it on Twitter. Be watching for it. I'll do that. For a veteran right D. And there's teams that are going to want a right D there. If he's willing to do 8.5,
but you got to get one coming back. You got to get a right D coming back.
Yeah, a veteran to fill in for Juracek until he's ready, or he can compete with him anyways.
Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not very.
I'll do it. I'll do it after the show.
I'm not really all that. Yeah, there you go. Our crack research staff. I'm not real crazy about what they did though. Like, there was a couple of teams that I thought could have done much better in the draft. And I thought Philadelphia was one of those teams that I felt could have done much better. And man, they just did not. I mean, did they get a good 1 or 2 D-men? Yeah, one of the goalies they picked up was really good.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But
they have Bonk waiting in the wings too. He got his feet wet. So
yeah, and you also got oh gosh, I can't think of his name now. Barkey, right? Denver Barkey, right? He's going to be another one that's going to be.
Yeah, he's a winger though, right?
Right, but see, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like you didn't really bolster the front end. You bolster the back end. That's kind of, you have a lot of back end, and you have a lot of goaltending.
I think when you're talking about drafting, when you're drafting as late as they are, you're just doing BPA, best player available most. If whatever they think the BPA is, I don't know if that is or not or what. I have no idea, but that's where they are. I mean, that draft. This one of the few times there was only a few certainties I thought in that draft.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and they,
this next one coming up, slam dunk crap. Do not be throwing a first out. Anybody who's got 2 firsts in this next draft coming up, you're freaking slamming, man.
Which is why I was blown away by the deal that Danny Briere put out there for Carlsson, because you realize that they were giving up a first-round pick in each of the next 4 drafts.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 are going to be, I mean, there's
I don't know.
like
The next one it would be huge, but Philly's probably going to be a late first. But anyways, I didn't get in to chime in on that because I said immediately that they would sign it. And it was all about the fact that Anaheim can't wait any longer. This is a team that's been bleeding money for too freaking long, man. This is not like New York or Toronto or something like this where they got sponsorship deals coming out of their yin yang and all that crap. This team's bleeding money, man. This owner's like, okay, enough. We got to be good now. They couldn't wait any longer. They had to sign this deal. You can't keep on selling tickets and selling sponsorship if you're letting these kind of guys go. They just couldn't do it. It's impossible. When they made the offer sheet, he was shocked. And like 20 minutes after the shock wore off, he's like, okay, we're signing that. He waited 7 days. He knew he was signing that the first day. He knew he was. They weren't sitting there having board meetings about this. This was like we're matching this.
We're gonna make them. We're gonna make everybody sweat a little bit.
Of course, you're gonna make the guy
make them get their hopes up
7 or 8 days, and
make them get their hopes up, thinking, hey, you guys got a shot. No,
they're gonna tick them off a little bit. Of course, that's just gameplay. Of course, you're gonna make them wait 7 days while other teams pick up players and stuff like that, for sure. So. Yeah, I mean, they were matching that deal all day long. And I understand that people are out there going, wow, he's making more than this, and he's making more than that, and he's making more. So next year he has to get 100 points. No, he doesn't. There's nobody in that organization thinking next year you got to get 100 points now because you're making 18 mil because we didn't give you the money. This is a beautiful thing for Verbeek away because he didn't overpay anybody.
Well, but here's the thing about that contract, right? It's $39 million up front.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's only getting like $1.25 million for this year, next year, and then $850,000, $950,000 right, for the other 2 or 3 years that are remaining on the contract, right?
Yeah.
So all the money is in bonuses, right? $18 million signing bonus for 1 year, $18 million signing bonus for the next year. It's like, so that's how they, but that's what I don't understand. How do you factor in the bonus as being part of the AAV?
That's the way it is in the NHL.
I know, but I mean,
you can't buy it out. It goes to free agency too.
Yeah.
So he's got you by the balls when it comes to that. He's just golden. Like, how do you? Anybody has to sign it. Like, how do you not sign that deal? I mean, you just have no choice. I know it.
Right.
Like, even he says that I was hoping Anaheim would match it, but whatever, you have to sign that deal, and he has to match it.
I'm with you, but hey, welcome in everybody. By the way, thanks for all the comments. Yeah, thanks for the correction there. I know I had it wrong. Whatever.
Yeah, Eurocheck. Yeah, I was trying to remember.
Yeah, Eurocheck. Yeah,
there's another Eurocheck. There's another Eurocheck in St. Louis, and they're brothers.
Well,
and I don't know, that Eurocheck kid has bounced around a bit already. Like, he started in New Jersey, got traded to Minnesota, and now he's over to Philadelphia for whatever reason. So we'll see what he turns out to be. But yeah, I'll work out something. I think maybe Drysdale moves on for another a more veteran defenseman, maybe not even as good as Drysdale, but a filler role until they.
That's kind of
And
yeah.
Was that deal like? That deal was inevitable anyways. I don't think that has anything to do with the Verbeek thing unless they were able to get that deal done before Nemec. And I imagine if I always look at things, what if I was in the place of his agent, right?
Yeah.
And you see Nemec out there and you see Nikishin out there and you see Mintiyukov out there, and all of those guys, all of those defensemen are basically in the same range as Drysdale, except Drysdale's more experienced. Aren't you dragging your heels, humming and hawing over this 6.25 they're offering until you find out where they sit at? Of course you are. It's like there's already rumors going out there that Nemec wants 8. Now, if New Jersey doesn't give him 8, they got to trade him to a team that does. So you already know what guy's going to get 8. I'm telling my client, don't sign anything until Nemec gets his 8. So it wouldn't matter.
Now your value
that
is
has anything to do with the offer sheet.
No, it has nothing to do with the offer sheet at all. No.
But a lot of people do. They think, they offered him that, so now Drysdale's going to ask for 8. I don't think it had anything to do with it.
No, because now that it wasn't matched, now and with some of the other deals that happened, whether they were matching it or not, Drysdale was going to command that kind of money no matter what.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Right? It didn't matter. Right? Yeah, it didn't matter. He was going to get that kind of money regardless.
Zegras is going to get the 8.5 or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere around there.
Something like that. I mean, I don't think he's in that 9, 10, 11, 12 range, right? I just don't see that from
unless
him.
Somebody, no, he can't be offer sheeted either, can he? Or can he?
No, not if you're in arbitration.
Oh, because he went to arbitration. So, yeah, he'll get 8, 9.5. All these players got to be really ticked at these Carolina guys like Stankoven and all these guys taking these cheesy-ass contracts, so that it
But look who's doing it right. Carolina's doing it right. Florida's doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at what those guys are doing and try to kind of get to that level. And man, it just seems like a lot of teams. I mean, I think San Jose, they're kind of creating their own little mold. You know what I mean? Like they just have kind of doing their own thing.
Owners got to buy themselves a few golf courses, have themselves charity golf tournaments, and after these guys retire, you pay them $1 million a year to go around and play golf for charity. That's what Florida and Carolina does. You're taken care of for the rest of your life. Take the 6 now, and I'll make sure you're part of the charity golf tournament every year. Well, why aren't you doing this? I guess there's only so many golf tournaments you can buy.
I mean, well then, hey, how about pickleball tournaments or
whatever? Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
For $1 million a year, I'll play tiddlywink tournaments if you want.
Right? I'll play jacks or something.
The only problem is you can't get sponsors to tiddlywink tournaments, but you can do something, poker, whatever. I don't know.
You're right.
I think that's what these organizations are doing. That get these guys at low cost. Say, don't worry, I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Dundon, he said, and we should talk about that for just a second. I don't want to talk too much about Dundon and what he did with the Stanley Cup, but Dundon did when he hired Waddell, I believe, he hired him for $500,000 a year for a general manager. That's like peanuts. But
big time.
I heard he told him, as long as you're with me, don't worry, you'll be taken care of. That's it. That's all he said. And that's what he tells that general manager they have. He's like an analytics guru. This guy's a freaking genius. You see that guy?
He's
Philly.
Like Philly. He's from Philly.
What's that?
He's from Philly.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy hasn't seen the outside of a computer screen in about 20 years now.
He does look really pale.
That guy looks like he's dying. I'm sorry. He does. There's like no pigmentation to that dude at all.
Oh my God.
I was watching the last interview with him, and I had to look up on my phone. What happened to Tuski? What illness does he have? No illness whatsoever. I was like, oh my God, dude. Get outside.
He's a ginger.
Anyways,
right?
Yeah,
he's a ginger,
and he's a ginger too. Yeah, on top of it, but
those
as long as you're going to be a Carolina Hurricane, same as Brindamore and all these guys, you're going to be taken care of. And more owners have got to find a way to do this. These guys think outside of the box. But okay, we'll go to the next thing. Dundon, you heard about this? About the Stanley
Go for
Cup?
it.
Have you heard about it?
No,
No.
no.
Him, his family, and his dog are written on the Stanley Cup. All his kids, his wife, and his dog are on the top, and then the players, and then whatever else underneath it. Yeah. True story, dude. I looked.
Now, the owner of Carolina,
The Dundon,
yeah, said,
he
all right,
somehow swung it that he engraved not only himself, got it engraved. He didn't engrave, obviously. Got his family, his wife, his kids, and his dog engraved. The dog's name engraved on the Stanley Cup.
okay. All
You
right,
telling me
now,
somebody's not getting a couple sheets under the table for this? Like, how the heck do you do this, dude?
well, let me say this, right? Yeah, right. I'm with you on that one.
I think the
bottom of the
engraver's got a
ninth, Ben.
much nicer engraving thingamajigger now after that. I would think, yeah.
Well, it's probably not engraving anymore now. They probably laser etch it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, but yeah, I agree. It's the Stanley Cup. But here's the thing, and this is one of the things that I see when I interview the prospects. Okay, when you talk to the kids, it takes a village to get a kid from high school to juniors to college to the NHL. It takes a village because they have billet parents at their junior location.
Yeah.
They, stuff like that, the whole 9 yards, right? Then they're all the sacrifice that their parents make. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. You're an owner of a team and your family is completely bought in, right?
Mhm.
So, and this goes with players because you hear the players say this all the time, right? Man, I'd like to thank my wife. I'd like to thank my kids. You know what I mean? I'd like to thank, my billet family, this, that, and everything else, right? Okay, so I got no problems with it at all. None. I don't care. I think it's great that he was able to get his name, because his name was going to go on the cup regardless.
Yeah.
Right? But the fact that he got his wife and kids and his dog on there, I mean, hey, if you're going to shoot for the stars, why not?
But I mean, all the players have moms and kids and stuff like that. But I think when you're looking at somebody like this who is very appreciative of his own accomplishments, is that a good way of putting it?
You could say that's a good way to put that.
I think that's the way they look at things. Like, I imagine I don't think he's consulted with his dog, but I imagine he consulted with his wife and everything to be able to do this ownership thing with the Carolina Hurricanes. And it takes up a lot of his time already and everything like that, and the hard work he puts in, and he has an opportunity to honor them, and he took it. And so
wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't know if I could have the balls. I got to say, Dundon has balls to do this because he knows the backlash of it. All of the players, like you said, they have moms, they have billets, they have that. They're not on the cup, but mine is because and if you ask anybody though, and I guess he can, stand by this. And if you ask anybody, if it wasn't for Dundon, there probably wouldn't be a team in Carolina.
Agreed. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think maybe they go to the owners and say, hey, which names do you want to have on the cups? Because do they not sometimes put front office people on there too?
Yeah, I do. And I don't think a lot of office people weren't on there and all kinds of stuff. So
but I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen teams put front office people on and a lot of times they'll get a ring. Like I know they I know they do it for NFL teams, right? If the NFL team wins a championship, right?
Yeah.
Certain teams, not all the teams, certain teams do. Will give the front office, right? The ring. We'll give them a ring like
that's cool.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're not getting your name etched on the cup, but you're getting a ring. And you've seen what Super Bowl rings look like these days, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, some of those teams do that, and some teams put front office people on the cup. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen that. Okay. So look, they probably go to the team and say, you've got, I'm just throwing an arbitrary number out there, you've got 96 names to put on the cup. Who
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah.
Okay. And they probably have to send them a list of all
Yeah.
the people that get to go on the cup, right? So you can put Spot, you can put Rover, you can put little baby Kitty on there,
Yeah.
whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
That's 93 names that you get to go on the cup.
And the owner gets to choose that, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I
what
mean, I'm
a
sure
lot
there's
of people are
probably
saying it's very disrespectful and all that kind of stuff like that. That's why I said I wanted to keep it short, because I'm not a person that gets, if I look at it from the perspective, if I'm a guy who did what he's done in his life and he's done that, you have the opportunity to be able to honor your family, even though maybe other people don't, and you only got a certain amount of names, so you can't put everybody's mom and dad on there. Would I do it? Would
all
I do
day
this?
long,
You see, you would, right? I don't.
all day long, all
There you
day
go.
long,
You have
buddy,
the opportunity to do it. So,
all day long.
anyways,
If
I
I
think
get a
there's a lot
chance
of
to
people
honor
that will
that, yeah.
disagree with us on the chat,
Well,
but
you know what? Hey,
I
when
might.
you get
I
a
might
chance
do it.
to when you get a chance to hoist that cup,
Yeah,
then you can pretty much do or whatever say you want. You
because
get what I'm
you
trying
you
to
are
tell
the
you?
owner and you
You
make the
earned it.
decisions. Yeah.
You earned that cup, right? Your name is the name on the guy that signs the checks. Okay? You're the guy that hires all the right people to put a team in place. And
Yeah.
then you spend every waking moment trying to make that team better, trying to promote that team, trying to make it be part of the community, trying to
I wonder
do
how
some
much they work
charity.
on that actually, though. That'd be
Well, you can
interesting.
see that Carolina is now a hockey city.
Well, at least they've got a lot of fans that are passionate. That's for sure.
Well,
No
I mean,
doubt
yeah,
about
you're not getting a lot of guys coming from there, but you get a lot of people that are ultra passionate about that
it.
team, and that's awesome.
It's like here in Fort Wayne, you couldn't buy a Detroit Red Wings or Chicago Blackhawks cap in the what is that called, lids? You go
Yeah,
there and ask
Lids,
for one, not even
they don't
there.
have it. No.
But the Fort Wayne Comets, that building is full every single game, and I'm not talking cheap here either.
Yeah, right.
I'm talking like you're putting pretty good coin down to go to those. So, like, you people don't know much about hockey, but there's enough people that are passionate about hockey here, to at least the Comets, anyways, and they fill that building all the time.
Is that an AHL team?
ECHL.
Oh, ECHL. Oh, wow. Oh, man. All
They've
right.
actually won. Yeah, they're always good. All right, so we're gonna probably have to take some really amount of time for this. So anybody that's
and I
listening
know how
right
much
now,
that disappoints you. I know how much this is going to disappoint you. That we only get to take a little bit of time with this, right?
well, we got lots of time to talk about it, but I think it's going to take some time.
I agree.
Okay, so anybody that's listening right now, anybody on YouTube, I'm gonna have to timestamp this here for sure. Anybody who's listening right now, I want you to answer this question in the chat, and Ron's going to answer the question, and I'm going to answer the question. If you were, okay, put yourself in the shoes of Stevie Yzerman here. What if, after, say, a couple weeks here now, when they're like 3 weeks left until training camp, there's no deal done for Larkin. He hasn't expanded his list, which I don't think he will. And I don't think he did for Dallas either. I think that was a insider trying to pull something there. And if he did, it was because he knew he wouldn't get traded there. But that's another thing. What if he says to the league and to Stevie Y, I'll give you 3 weeks, and he sends his request to the league on this day, on this hour. If I'm not traded, I'm going to retire from hockey. So I'll spell this out to you. He gives Stevie Yzerman 3 weeks.
Larkin
retire from hockey.
gives Stevie Yzerman 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Then Guerin leaks his offer to Stevie Yzerman. Let's say it's you're off and 3 first-round picks. We just talked about how good of a draft it is next year. You're off and 3 first-round picks. So he's not going to lessen his offer. Whatever the offer is, you're off in 3 first-round picks. If he's not traded by that deadline, Larkin retires and Yzerman gets nothing. What do you do if you're Stevie Yzerman?
You know what question this feels like? What do you do, hotshot?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot the hostage, right? Right? Just the movie Speed, right? What do you do, hotshot?
Okay.
Right. Yeah. All right. No, I'm not indicating to shoot the hostage. Come on. It was a movie. It was a movie. Come on. Here's how I'm looking at this. Okay. No matter how you slice it, this is bad all day long for Stevie Y. Because you've gotten to a point now where Larkin has given you an ultimatum. And his ultimatum is the only power move that he has left, frankly, because he has no other, he has nothing else, you know what I mean? And now it's going to look bad if he retires, because now that means you couldn't get the deal done. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it looks bad on everybody on that end of it. Now you got one of the better players in the league now sitting out for at least a year, right? And even still, Detroit still retains his rights.
Right.
So this really doesn't get him out of Detroit, right? It just gets him not playing there for this year. Right. Okay.
And if he does do this, Detroit has to okay him to come back in the league because they own his rights. So he's giving all the power to them to screw with them.
I'll tell you what, no matter what happens on this deal, I think Yzerman's days are numbered in Detroit.
That was interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because I honestly, man, the fact that he came to you and said, hey, I want out, I want a deal, and these are the 2 teams. And he's like, well, this is what I'm taking or else. Okay, well, now he's going to come back to you. Now, this is all hypothetical, right? This has not happened. This is all just hypothetical. Larkin has not said he was going to retire, but
right. I'm saying, what if the hero?
Yeah. Right. This is all hypothetical. Either way you slice it, if Yzerman can't get this deal done, like even in the very near in a near enough future, you know what I mean, to where training camp starts and Larkin is with the team that he's going to be playing with, which is what he wants, is Minnesota, right? Minnesota now has to come up with a way to make sure they can give them what he wants. This is the other question that I have too. What if Minnesota doesn't want him?
No, that's not a thing.
Okay, but what if they can't come up with 3 first-round picks?
They already have.
Okay, well then why are we?
1, 2, 3. It's going to be the next 3 years.
Oh, okay. So they're going to do it like that. Okay, and then he wants another player in return.
You're off.
Okay, you're off.
Who was like having another first-round pick?
Okay.
He was, so.
Okay. Well, so they have the capital to do it then.
Yeah.
Minnesota has the capital to do it. All right. They have the picks and they have a player. Why hasn't it been done then?
Okay. Why hasn't it been done? Well, Yzerman has said he wants roster players. He's pushing. This is what I think he's doing. Yzerman is pushing the value of Larkin is not going to change just because he wants out. He's saying that Larkin is a number one center, and like this, I don't know if it actually happened about Dallas. I don't, something doesn't feel right with me about that, where Larkin said he would be willing to get traded to Dallas, and the offer and the ask was for Johnston. I'm not sure. It came from one beat writer. Now, I talked to Lyle today. He knows the beat writer from Detroit, and he respects him. So I don't think that this beat writer was saying something out of his butt. It came from a source. I just question what the motivation of that source was, because you haven't heard it from Friedman. You haven't heard it from anybody except for them saying that they heard.
Yeah.
There's been no actual stuff come out to say that it actually happened. I think that if Larkin did okay a trade to Dallas, it was when they knew it wasn't going to happen. So they're trying to make it sound like they're going with Stevie Y on this. And I've been saying that all along. The Florida, Vegas, they weren't going to ever trade for him. Never. And it was always Minnesota. It's always
going to be Minnesota. Yeah.
So why hasn't it happened yet? Because Stevie Y is pushing this to the bitter end and trying to make as much leverage for himself as possible. Now, the only leverage that Larkin has right now is it's going to be an absolute poop show if he goes back to Detroit. That's what they're banking on. If he has to go back to Detroit,
I think he would retire. I absolutely do think he might do that if he doesn't want to go back there that badly.
This is what I came up with in my crazy mind. I was looking at things like, what if I'm Larkin? What's the power move? I'm a poker player, right? So the power mover in poker?
Well, first of all, you have to be in the right seat, in the right position.
Yeah, but what's the power move you do? I'm
check raise.
All in.
All right, that's the next one.
All in.
So check raise. Check raise is a good power move.
Check raise is another one if you're playing.
Right.
Yeah, check raise is a big power move.
So
check raise is a good example, right? But
a bit of a poker player myself, sir.
So, I mean, I think Larkin is deeply emotional about the decision he's making here. He doesn't believe that it's fair. He doesn't believe it's fair. Even though he signed the contract 3 years ago, I'm pretty sure when they discussed this, there was some sort of idea that they were going to get better here, right? And I think
they made all that moves with Mantha, and they brought in goaltending and blah blah blah.
And when he's signing the contract, he's from Michigan. He loves Michigan. I've said this a million times. He can be convinced that things are going to get better because he doesn't want to leave Detroit. He loves it with all his heart. 3 years later, he's starting to realize, and the frustration has been building, that this isn't getting any better. So he has to choose now a professional decision to go somewhere else where his family is deeply rooted in Michigan. He loves Michigan. And I wouldn't even doubt if he's having arguments with his wife about this. I wouldn't doubt she's going to him, you are not moving out of here because Grandpa lives right down the street. Our family is here.
Right.
We love it here. I don't want you moving here.
Right. Kids are in school here,
And he's struggling with this idea that he's never going to be able to win a cup. He's never going to be able to be successful because of this Stevieism and freaking plan. It's driving him freaking crazy. I swear to God, this is where he's at right now. It's driving him nuts. And he finally got fed up and said, you know what? Look, this is good. Can we, honey, can we just talk here? What if I get us to Minnesota? Okay?
Yeah, right.
We got Uncle Jim. We got Uncle Larry. They moved over to Minnesota. It's only a flight away. Grandpa and Grandpa, here's all the money. Here's all the money for flights. You can go back and forth all you want. You know Billy. You know Billy Guerin, right?
He'll have a plane waiting there for you.
We have a general manager that actually wants to win. You've met him. You love him, right? Billy's great. Plus, we have Quinn. Anybody who doesn't understand this, you've never been married, okay? You are not just doing this. Happy wife, happy life. Amen. You are not doing this just, and it's not just that. It's not just the wife. It's for him too. He wants to have this first family.
But it's also
not like
it's
he's just doing that. He wants to have this first family.
Yeah.
And I think he's finally got fed up and said, look, here's your 3 teams. 2 of them I know full well you're not going to be able to trade us to. I want to go to Minnesota, but I don't want to publicly put out only one person to look like a D. So here's your 3 teams. Maybe this Dallas thing's happened. His agent Morris is on the phone saying, hey, how much interest you got on this guy? Blah, 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 blah. It was like, well, it depends on the ask with and stuff like that. And he goes, okay, Stevie's probably going to ask for Johnson. He goes, no way we're doing that. Okay, hang up the phone. Leak this out that we put another team on the list because we know he's not going there. That makes him look a little better. That puts more pressure on Stevie Y that they're adding teams onto this thing.
The fact that there's even that little teeny bit of information out there.
Yeah.
Even if it's a beat writer, Yeah.
Well, it blew up, right?
Right.
When's the last time this beat writer, I can't remember his name. I've never heard this guy's name before. Yeah, all of a sudden he's on TSN. All of a sudden his inside source is up on TSN and everything. You don't think something motivated this to fly through the sphere real quick? Somebody wanted this to get big enough for everybody to hear it. Now that I'm talking it through, it was probably the agent. So he's putting more and more pressure on Stevie Y now.
Yeah.
So this is my thing. Now, if this
so now what would you do? So now let's turn the tables.
Now let's turn the tables. Okay. So this is my take.
What would you do?
This is my power move. I'm not even saying this hypothetically. I'm saying this could be very real. That's why I'm asking the question. 3 weeks before, if Stevie Y's still sitting in his chair going, there's no freaking way you're going to bully me like this little kid. No. Boom. This is the date. This is the time. 3/1, you're off. You don't have it done by then. I retire. What would I do if I'm Stevie Y? I'm taking it all day long.
What are you waiting for?
Thinking about it. If you're going to get all stubborn about this, like, okay. I mean, Larkin's the one going to look like an ass because he did this. He's going to be hated in Detroit for this because they don't know the whole situation of what's going on. All you're doing, you can just go cower in the corner and say, I did the best I could. But what are we supposed to do? You're going to let him, you're going to get nothing for him? That is the power move for them. I could definitely see it happening. Now, if Stevie Yzerman doesn't do it and lets the guy retire, fire him instantly. There is no way. So, yes, the agent has put Stevie Yzerman in a position where he has no choice to take the deal. And I think this has been the plan the whole time. If I'm right, anybody listening to me right now, if this happens, you go tell the Sphere Perlo nailed it. If this happens, Perlo nailed it.
Well, you have
Larkin put $40 million on the line
to do it.
Larkin put $40 million on the line to force Stevie Y into trading him to Minnesota, and basically knowing there's no way Stevie Y could get out of it. There's no way. You have to take the deal now. You have no choice.
I agree. And it's more like, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting? You're not going to get – see, this is what I think is going on. I absolutely agree with you 100%, Perlo. I think Steve Yzerman is letting his ego get a little bit in the way here.
I think so.
Because let's face it, 3 first-round picks and a ready-to-go player right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much better does that make that team? Okay, it's not going to be tomorrow, right? But you're
Eventually,
going
you
to
could
be
probably trade those picks for a really good player, especially that 2027. Maybe even not do it today, but you're going to have a deadline. You're going to have players out there. There's going to be players out there you can get first round picks for and stuff like that. You could do it, but he said, basically what he said is we want players that'll play right now, or, uh, or you take the
I thought
picks,
it was.
you go get the player and bring him to me. He's telling them, you do the work, get us a deal that we like, and all of those sort of things like that. Now, let's say that the list is wide open. Okay. Let's say that he can be traded anywhere at any time right now. Or let's say he has a 12 team, like everybody says. He gets a 12 team or a 10 team or whatever.
All right.
All right. So if you're Larkin, you're taking all the teams off that are really not cup contenders, right?
Right.
Right. Because you're saying that you want to go to wherever you go. All right.
So you're saying you're telling me that he feels that Minnesota is a cup contender?
With him on it, yeah, like they've got Hughes and they're in hyper mode to win a cup right now. That's pretty much what it is. But the main thing to me is it's the perfect landing spot for his family, and they are in hyper mode to win a cup. It's amazing how much anybody can be convinced of something if really there's another thing that's just as important or more important. Like Panarin can be convinced that LA may win a cup in this decade because he wants to go. He likes LA. You know, him and his wife are fashion people and stuff like that. It's amazing what you can be convinced of. But anyways, Minnesota's definitely a contender with Larkin on it to a certain. They're going to make the playoffs. They have a chance to go long. But any other team out there, like say Carolina's in here right now, what do you think Carolina's given? Do you think Carolina's given up Stankoven? No way. No way. Because why would you give up a guy like Stankoven when you're trying to make your team better? Who are you giving up? Nikishin. Who else are they giving? People are saying they're going to give up Jarvis. Are you crazy? It's not that Larkin isn't better or whatever than these players. It's the fact you're building a team and you're not giving up pieces like that if you're trying to get better to win a cup.
Carolina would give you Delorier.
Yeah, Delorier. But he's going to get futures from anywhere is what I'm trying to say. What he's trying to say that he can do somewhere isn't out there.
I think he's trying to ask for his cake and eat it too.
I think he's picked that Stevie Yzerman is doing this, and he is going to do it that way, right?
Yeah, and that's what he wants. He wants the first round picks, and he wants a ready players for Larkin. And you know what? Let me ask you a question, okay? And if you were to say put like McDavid or somebody like that at the same age as Larkin, at the same skill set as Larkin, I would give 3 first-round picks and a ready-to-go player for McDavid. But would you really? I mean, you get what I'm trying to say here? You know what I'm saying?
I would give it for Larkin in the situation the Minnesota is in. They are late picks and they need that guy. Whatever, I get it. Okay, but I don't see a team out there that's going to give up a roster player as good as Boldy or Johnston that's a contender.
No.
That's not why you get a guy at 30 years old, even though he's very good, he's above average first. You're not giving up those guys for him because you're trying to win a cup. You're not trying to make anywhere near lateral. You're going to give futures in some way for that. So
and that's what Stevie Y is not. He either doesn't understand that or he doesn't want to accept that. And like I said, man, either way you slice it, if Larkin either does his power move, goes all in and retires, that you fire Yzerman on the spot. Okay, you do.
I
You
don't. There's no way
seriously.
Eisenman does that. There's no way. Can you believe that? Can you believe that if Larkin did that power move and Stevie Eisman, instead of taking the 3 firsts in year off, let him go to retirement? That
You
is
fire him on the spot.
that is a fireable offense immediately. Are you
Like I
kidding me?
said, you fire him on the spot.
Okay, you got beat. You got beat out by a guy who's very stubborn. Him and his agent worked out a plan, and you got beat at the game. Okay, whatever. You don't get totally beat at the game where you get absolutely nothing just because you want to
Walk
punish the
away or
guy and make him
something.
retire. That is sick. That is
So
no
then,
way.
if that happens, so then that happens, right? So let's go to the next round. Let's go to the next round on this, right?
Okay.
Larkin says he's going to retire. The trade, the deadline for his 3 weeks is comes and goes, and there's no deal, there's no trade, there's no nothing, right? And he retires, and Stevie Eiserman gets fired. Okay, so then I imagine that after that fired press conference or however that's going to work, I imagine that the ownership is going to be the first phone call they're going to be making is, so hey, would you be willing to come out of retirement to go to Minnesota? We make this deal
Yeah,
now.
exactly. No. They'll fire Stevie Y. They'll call him up and say, "We'll give you the same contract. Stevie's gone. Will you come back?" And he'd be like, "Sure." This feels like it's him or me. That's what this feels like. This feels like that kind of attention. And you know what? If I'm an owner, if you look at some of the things that are going on here, I'm hearing a lot of things about they didn't communicate much. They didn't talk to each other. There was a whole bunch of friction going on all the way up to leading to this. And as a manager, what is your job? Your job is to resolve
that
this before
liaison.
this powder keg freaking hits. And you didn't. You didn't.
And now you're dragging your team through the mud now.
Right.
And it's making Detroit look bad, and it's making it look like nobody wants to go play in Detroit now because you got to deal with this.
I think Eiserman dropped the ball here. And maybe Larkin is a snot nose, whatever the case may be. I don't know anything about personality whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right.
It's possible. It's possible that he's just an entitled jerk. It's possible. But you're telling me you didn't know that through so many years that Larkin was there and you didn't have a plan? That maybe it might be this not be the guy that wants to lead your team up until now? If he was such an entitled jerk, yeah, something doesn't sit here. Something doesn't sit that Larkin does that. Now we're going to find out, like, if I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm just saying this is a possibility. If I were him and I was in that shoes, this is a power move I think he could do. It's risky. It's all in. It's $40 million in the pot.
I'm here to tell you that's a lot. That's a big pot.
That's a big pot. I'll tell you what, though, he would have a job with the union the very next day if he were to do something like this and stand up like this to ownership like that. I bet you they would give him they would give him a title right away. That would be crazy, as they like to say.
Either way, it's like I think this is going to be the end of Steve Yzerman as general manager.
Yeah, that's an interesting take that you took there, that either way this happens, that he's moving up to the presidency or even gone completely. Imagine.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him moving up because of the friction that's been going on, the lack of communication that's been going on with players, the amount of rotation or turnover that's happened in Detroit over the last 5 years. I mean, they've had some really good players just kind of come and go there in Detroit, right? And have been traded away or whatever the case is because they didn't fit the Steve Yzerman plan. You know what I'm saying, right? And how much longer are we going to have to keep going down this road where don't worry, it's Steve Yzerman, he's got this. Well, you haven't made the playoffs in how long? You haven't even sniffed at the playoffs in how long, right? You're not even close to being even close.
Well, I mean, they almost made the playoffs, but people have been talking about that too. Well, we almost made the playoffs last year. Well, Seattle almost made the playoffs last year too. What happened?
Hey, you know what almost is?
What happens to below average teams most often that are well coached? McLennan is an excellent coach that are well coached. They work their bag off because they have to outwork the opposition all the regular season. A lot of these great teams know they can't be out there killing themselves all through a regular season. The Boston Bruins is a good example. They made the playoffs, died first round. Pittsburgh Penguins died first round.
First round,
They had to work their bag off every single night, and less than average teams do that. Columbus, Seattle, Nashville, Detroit, and they burn out in the last 20 games. Happens all the time. So it doesn't mean you're a playoff team just because you were in a playoff spot.
Almost made it.
20 games
you almost made it,
and you fell off. Yeah, that doesn't mean you're certainly not a contender. Not at all. When you got to work that hard that you fade at the end, you're not a contender. You're not even close. 7 years in, and you're not even close.
Not close, right? That's
so the Isaac plan, how long was it? 10 years? 15 years? How long was the plan when it started here? How long did they need? A decade? Was going to be? Or was it just as long as it takes? It don't matter.
You're 2 years shy of that almost. Because I don't think Detroit, no matter what happens, I don't think Detroit's going to be anywhere close to where they were last year. I just don't.
No.
Right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're clearly not going anywhere this year.
Everybody's improved in your division, pretty much,
Well, with the exception of now the
exception of what?
The Connor Bedard now is gonna miss a month.
But that's not in their division.
No, but I mean he's gonna miss a month now.
Yeah, but everybody in that Atlantic division, except for maybe Ottawa, but Ottawa, I still think makes it no problems. Which team out there in that Atlantic, or even take both, is Detroit better than? Not Toronto.
I don't know. I don't think they're better than Ottawa either.
No, I don't think so.
No.
They could be last in that division. I would not be surprised at all.
Would not be surprised at all. I agree 100%. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think they're going anywhere this coming season. So, I mean, I either way, if Larkin doesn't get a deal done, that's a fireable offense because you have it on the table. It's there in front of you, right? Minnesota said, here you go, right? If you don't take it, that's a fireable offense. If Larkin decides he's going to do a power move all in and retires, you got to fire him because you made him retire.
Yeah.
Right? And you haven't made your team any better.
Yeah. I mean, Steve Yzerman's only thing is he can say is you have 5 years left on your contract, so you got to come back to Detroit. And I think Larkin's camp is like, do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want your ex? This isn't Drouin or, people bring up these guys in the past. This is your captain from Indiana, from Michigan, played college in Michigan, born in Michigan, captain of the team, saying
you stripped him of his captaincy.
You're going to strip him of the C, and you're going to put him back there out there on the ice. You want that? You want that. And if Larkin should, if I'm his agent, I'm like, look, if he does that, just go do it. Put your chin up and go do it, and allow the calamity to go around him, because ain't nobody going to Detroit for the next 5 years if you're there. With that situation, if they do that, ain't nobody going to Detroit. Ain't nobody. All the booze.
I love everything. I love the other option that nobody's talking about. Yeah. And you know what? You just fire freaking Yzerman no matter what. Just fire him now.
Yeah.
Right? And then get the deal done. What?
If I'm the owner right now, I mean, the thing is, Stevie I's an icon. It's almost like this icon clash too, a little bit. Because Larkin will never be Stevie Y. Don't get me wrong. He'll never be that. When this puck in deep, when we're basked in billions of dollars from all the watchers and sponsors we have. And I
Hey,
own an
it's
NHL,
McWorld. It's McWorld. We can dream.
and we own an NHL team.
Oh my gosh. Woo!
I will never hire a player icon to run my team ever. Never.
As general
Because
manager.
you're killing yourself if you got to let the guy go.
Because
It
you
worked
have a
down in
reputation-
Colorado, but
You have a reputation as a player. Okay. And look, I'm not taking anything away from what Yzerman did as a player, because as a player, one of the all-time greats.
absolutely. He's
Okay.
amazing.
Not taking anything
Love the
away.
guy.
And he's done some good GM work throughout his career, but there's comes a time when things pass a man by. Okay. And if your ego is getting in the way of things more than the betterment of this team, that to me is time for you to go.
Yeah. You know what I think? We just talked about Dundon and
Carolina,
Tulski.
yeah.
I'll tell you what they would have did. Do you remember with not Francis, the guy that went to Buffalo, he got $9 million a year, and then he went to Edmonton. Why is his name escaping me now? Anyways, they traded him for a bag of pucks. He was like a 40-goal scorer at one time. And his name will probably come to me in a bit here, but they traded him for a bag. Now? They traded him for, everybody freaked out. They traded him for a bag of pucks.
Who does he play for now?
He doesn't. He last played for San Jose and he played for Edmonton. I don't know why I can't remember his name. He's making $9 million a year. Somebody in the comment section will tell me. Terrible names.
Okay.
He went to Buffalo. He scored 40 goals, and they gave him $9 million a year. He's made over $100 million a year, and he's only played 3 playoff games in his whole career.
Really? And he's made how much?
Over $100 million in his career, and he's only played 3 playoff games in his whole career. That was in Edmonton, and they went to the finals that year. Edmonton only played him 3 games.
And he's not playing anymore. I can't think of who it is.
Yeah, he hasn't officially retired.
His last team was the Oilers?
No, yes. No, San Jose. He went to San Jose last year. Why is his name just totally escaping me? Crazy.
I'm going to see if I can go to the official San Jose team. Rooster. Oh, let's see here.
I'm going to tell you right away here.
Goodrow wasn't him. Marchand, Sherwood, Tyler Toffoli.
Oh, come on.
Alexander Weinberg.
No. He wouldn't be on the roster right now. San Jose Sharks. He got scratched last year at the end of it all. He went to San Jose and he got scratched real quick. I'm going to have to look. I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Okay, because okay. Our crack research staff. Us.
I'm going to kick myself. I'm getting angry. Starting the season. They don't even have him on there.
no, I don't want that one. I want. So they keep giving me Eklund, Gaudette, Gaudreau, Graf, Khrushchev, Misa, Reeves, Skinner, Will Smith, Toffoli, Weinberg, defenseman, Vincent Descharnels, Sam Dickinson, Ferraro, Klingberg, Letty.
No, those are defensemen.
Anyway. Oh, well. Well, listen, man, I'll tell you what. I think we got our full 42 here on this one. What do you think?
Yep. It's going to bug me.
I know. You're going to have to post it out on Twitter when you find it.
If this doesn't bring it up, then I won't.
I tried to go back to like past rosters, you know what I mean?
Connor Brown. Now, this guy is such a jerk. They don't even put him on the roster, I guess. I can't believe I can't remember his name. And nobody's saying it in the chat. So I'll send it out on Twitter whenever I found it.
Hold on, let me do one thing here. Let me check one thing. Oh, is he a forward? Is he a forward?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Nico Strom or Cody Ceci. Henry Thon, Jack Thompson, John Ruta, Grunderson, Goudreau.
I'm about to tell you it right now. Jeff Skinner. I don't know why his name wouldn't come to me.
That's a goalie.
Jeff Skinner. No, Jeff Skinner. Not Stuart Skinner. Jeff Skinner. He played in Buffalo for years. He got $9 million a year. Had several years in This is a guy that every time a contract year came up, he would score 30 to 40 goals. After he signed the contract, he would do nothing.
Okay.
He was selfish as heck. Didn't play defense at all. He was a puck hog. He was terrible. He was horrible. But he could score 40 goals. He
felt like it.
He got traded to Buffalo for a bag of pucks. He had a 40-goal season. Buffalo signed him $9 million for 8, and that was a while ago. $9 million for 8, and he sat on that 9 and did virtually nothing.
So he did in his first year. Wait a minute. So Carolina, he was playing for the Hurricanes. He did 31, 33, 37, and then he goes to Buffalo, does 40 goals, and then after that he does 14, 7, 33, 35, 24, 16, 6.
Yeah, a couple of years there he got 30.
That's 34. A big drop off.
This guy was this guy was a puck hog like crazy. Like all he cared about was scoring goals, and he was one of those guys that always scored that when it was 5-2, he'd score the 6th goal,
Yeah.
or if they were
The empty
losing
netter.
7-1, he would get the second one. If they were losing 7-1, he would make it 7-2 when nobody cared anymore. That was him.
Oh, good.
He would pump up his stats constantly. When nobody cared about the game anymore, Skinner was going to get 4 points, guaranteed. Get a hat trick. His team would lose 8-4. He'd get 3 goals, and those 3 goals would come in the second half of the game. That was Skinner.
Wow.
What a
Okay. Yeah, that's not very helpful. But I'll tell you what, folks. What you got to do though is you got to hop on over there to the CEO of Jaime's Body Lube and get yourself signed up. Yeah, man. I love it. The CEO of Jaime's Body Lube. I am graced with his presence. That's right. I like the is it citrus herb? Right? The barbecue line?
Oh, yeah. Well, we got sea breeze now.
Woo, man.
This is beach time now.
So there you go. Sea breeze. Island time, man. Island time, man.
Yeah. We have yacht rock flavor. We have lemonade. Of course, gotta have lemonade flavor. We got all those going on there.
Oh, what is it?
All right. This has been great. This has been long. This is our full man. 42. Thanks, Ron. What's going on at R&J Media?
Well, I'll tell you what. So we just recently interviewed Mikey Burchild. He was recently in this year's draft. Speaking of which, he went to said Carolina Hurricanes, 105th overall, drafted by the Hurricanes in the 4th round. Got to talk to Mikey Burchild on Prospect Watch. I got another special Prospect Watch show coming up. A Muskegon Lumberjack is on the show. That'll be coming out on Monday. And then Wednesday, I'll be looking for Bill Meltzer to join the Hockey Writers, Inc., man.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right. And
keeping it rolling over here at R&J Media.
I'm going to be doing a show later on tonight. We're going to have another guest, of course, Larry. Larry will be on, and we'll be talking more about this Larkin stuff. I'm really excited about this idea. I
got him going now.
This is what it's all about, man. Nailing these terrible takes that everybody says I'm a terrible take. That's a terrible take. When I said Larkin was going to give 3 teams, and 2 of them were going to be like Vegas and Tampa Bay or Florida. Oh, terrible take, Perlo. Terrible take. What happened? 3 teams. 2 of them were. When I said Larkin only wants to go to Minnesota and he's not going to expand his list, what happened? Didn't expand the list until this Dallas thing comes down. Because why? Because he only wants to go to Minnesota. Terrible take. Terrible take. They should just call me Terrible Take Perlo. Terrible Take Perlo that just happens to be right. It's
right.
I'm
very it might be a terrible take, yeah, but
all my reasoning is terrible, except for the fact that it happens. So if you want more of this kind of stuff, stick on Pucking Deep, where we get in deep, and then we understand shit because we come up with stuff and we think
we know
about stuff. We don't just look at the mainstream. We don't look at the surface. We go in deep, baby. And that's why we can come up with these killer takes that happen. No insiders. Not an insider for days. In fact, I do know 2 insiders, and I argue with them all the time, and I'm usually right with them too. And they've got inside information, for the love of God. So listen to the Parallel Wisdom, Ron Mont, next time on Pucking Deep, so you know what's going on, baby. Okay, bye.